everybody, and welcome to Whiskey at Work.
This is another one of your bad ideas.
This is a bad idea because I'm drinking what you paid for. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Whiskey at Work.
And we're ready.
I had to.
Apparently.
I've been filming these now.
Yeah.
Because we're doing every other week.
Got your good side, huh?
The last time I did it, I had the camera sitting over here, and I slouch when I talk, and so then it pooches out your gut, and I didn't want to see that anymore.
That's what I'm going to blame it on too. Is I slouch and it pooches.
You have good posture.
No, I've got terrible posture.
Not when you sit in this chair. So what that angle that you're getting right now is showing you comfortable and relaxed. I'm assuming.
Give me pensive.
Okay. I don't want pensive. I don't want anything like that.
You know what? We haven't mentioned the Facebook page or the website or
because the website we're changing. I don't want to talk about that because I haven't been able to update it and I haven't been able to keep up on it. So I got to do something completely different. But yes, you can find us on Facebook, Whiskey at Work. Instagram, we're on Whiskey at Work. Threads, we're probably going to be on Whiskey at Work now too.
Are we?
Yes. And we're not on Twitter.
You can find us on the World Wide Web too, but apparently Mark doesn't want you to look there.
I don't.
Somewhere else.
YouTube and Facebook are where you can mainly watch everything that we do.
I know, but there's got to be a link to the podcast channel on our
Facebook
website, isn't there?
Yeah, there was. But I don't want anybody to go to the website. Stop bringing it up. I don't want anybody to see it.
You just don't have a tab.
Now everybody's going to go search for it.
It says listen to the podcast.
Yes,
if you do,
it does.
It's Whiskey at Work without the E because some jerk off in
No,
Texas
remember we did
one.
whiskey-at-work.com.
Yeah, and then we got whiskey at work with no e.com.
Oh, that's right. See, I don't even remember what the URL was for this dumb thing.
It's been so long since we've talked about our website.
Let's just not talk about it. Let's just keep it our little secret, okay? Let's just drink. Can we?
I'm ready.
Can we just do it?
After hearing Fiona Apple at 8 o'clock on the rock station, I was ready to drink at 8 o'clock this morning.
I'm not going down that path with you right now.
Murdoch.
But we are later going to talk about our zodiacs and what Scotch whiskey pairs best with that.
Which Scotch whiskey?
Yes.
Mine better not be Isla.
Do you even know what your zodiac sign is?
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm a Leo.
Yeah, you are. I got that right. Okay.
Well, since you know when my birthday is.
Yeah, since I was able to decipher how that works.
Usually how you figure it out.
Okay, so
I don't know if I'm like at the beginning or middle or end of Leo though. Did you?
I didn't see that. I just put in. Can I say your birthday on this podcast or not?
I don't care.
I won't say the year because we're so young.
I don't care about
you're,
that.
You're end of July, so that's what we threw. You're coming up.
So bring presents.
Here we go.
Got
3
weeks. Yep.
3 weeks. What are we doing for your birthday?
I don't know. Nothing.
Well, we're going. I know we're going somewhere to at least have a drink. So
I think it's
just
on
pencil that in.
On a Sunday?
You have a weekend birthday, yeah.
I think it's on Sunday.
So Saturday night, we'll just go get lit. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Wow, there wasn't even.
Have you ever known me to say no?
No, I haven't.
Like
that's true. That's true. No, that's very good.
I haven't tried this. Is it good?
Yes. Okay. So speaking of, over the 4th of July holiday, I went to Bozeman, Montana, and they have a couple of three pretty good distilleries up there. This one ended up being my favorite of the 3 that we visited. It's Dry Hills Distillery on the western end of Bozeman, Montana. This is a Montana straight bourbon. It's a 4-grain, aged 4 years. And it's the one I like. They had a bonded version, but it wasn't ready yet. They said they were a couple weeks out from getting their next one.
They were out or something.
Yeah,
the
they were out.
That they had bottled.
But they had the biggest lineup from the gin to the vodka to the rye to the bonded
since
to the 4-year.
1905.
That's when the farm in this family began. Okay, so. They weren't distilling since then, but the farm has been around since then.
Does the farm raise all the grain or most
yes,
of the grain?
All of this. This is 100% Montana. It's all the grain from there.
Well,
Is
it all Montana grain or is it?
No, it's
Emmett's, whatever his name is.
It's all Montana grain.
I can't read his signature.
That's all right. You don't have your glasses on yet. I'm getting you some readers for your birthday.
I've got some in my office.
I know, but I might get you a nice pair.
It's in cursive. I can't. And it's really small.
Anyway, that's the bottle I picked up. That's what we're going to be drinking. And then I want to talk a little bit about Montana and its weirdness coming up too, when it comes to drinking. All right.
Yeah, well, you can tell the eastern Montans. It's a little weird. Well, I don't know.
That whole state's just it's beautiful, but it's different.
It's about 4 different states.
Kind of. Yeah, you're right. It kind of is. Okay.
Some of it's pretty country. Some of it's like eastern South Dakota.
Yeah, there are parts that are definitely not
no
pretty.
Offense to, kind of offense to the eastern South Dakota.
Look, it's like having a sibling. We can make fun of it, but you better shut your mouth,
yeah,
right?
That's a little bit true.
Yeah, don't you badmouth South Dakota if you're not from here.
Although
we can definitely make fun of Sioux
I'm pretty
Falls.
sure North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, and Nebraska make fun of eastern South Dakota too. It doesn't really bother me that much.
That's totally fair. You're right. Okay, so how do we get our hands on a bottle of Mystic Galactic? I want to have this so bad I can't stand it. This is.
You better ask Joni. I'm guessing if
well,
this
even
is where it's headed, because
even my favorite mother-in-law.
It sounds like one of them things that you got whiskey aged in space and it's $20,000 a bottle.
Oh, you're not even close. Durham-based Mystic Farm and Distillery. They're selling the Mystic Galactic bourbon whiskey aged for 1 year in space, $75,000. But you do get a non-fungible token to prove authenticity and your right to ownership of that bottle. Which I guess if I have the bottle,
why do I
doesn't
need
that mean
proof of ownership?
The deposits are held in an FDIC-insured account until the bourbon returns to Earth for bottling. The distillery's owners are working with SpaceX and North Carolina state engineers to launch a few barrels into low orbit. Technically, that's space. But to me, take it to space, right? Take it out to space.
We want it on the space station.
Sure.
You know.
Although that's technically in low orbit too, isn't it? I believe.
I don't know.
Put it on the moon. If you're going to do this, put it on the moon. Let's age it on the moon, right?
Well, I think the moon's climates are such that it would freeze or
I don't know.
boil
It
over.
can't freeze, can it? Whiskey can't
Well, I
freeze.
imagine if you get alcohol cold enough, there's got to be a freezing point.
Oh, I
to it.
suppose.
Just not in your freezer at home.
This whiskey will be aged 3 years on Earth, 1 year in space. And the thing is, the big question, they're like, well, what will space do to the taste? And all of these people putting it together are like, we don't know. We've never done it.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think anything. I mean, it'd shake it around a little, maybe.
Yeah.
Except there's no gravity.
Yeah, I wonder.
I don't think it'd do much anything.
Maybe not.
We have any.
What about like radiation from the sun that kind of can, since the Earth's atmosphere kind of protects us from that. But if we're in low orbit, we're still in that atmosphere.
Sort of.
So we can't really. Yeah. So this.
I don't know. We got any NASA nerds listening to this thing?
I don't know. Yeah. Let us know if there would be. Well, what I thought was.
Well, you don't even have to be NASA nerds. Are you just smarter than us?
Right.
I mean.
Yeah. That's most. What I loved about this. It says that one way or the other, you're probably not going to be able to tell the difference no matter how much whiskey you drink or how good you are at tasting whiskey. Because they said in an April 2016 study published in Science Daily, found drinkers couldn't tell the difference between bourbon and rye in a blind test. So most people aren't going to be able to taste any difference with this. The only thing you're going to notice is that you spent $75,000 for a bottle.
Trying to fund the next satellite or what? How many barrels are they
Probably.
sending up? And you wouldn't think it'd evaporate.
I bet you it's only going to be...
or go into the wood. I mean, you wouldn't have an angel share or a devil's cut or...
Boy, those are all really good questions. Yeah.
There's no... I mean, it's a controlled atmospheric temperatured environment. It's like putting in a glass bottle.
I don't know, Rob. We're not smart enough for this.
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to think logically. It's...
You know, we didn't have a lottery winner.
Kind of what I do. Kind of like why Fiona Apple shouldn't be on the
Okay.
clock.
So
it's logic.
Coming up, that's going to get to like $800 million. So are you buying a ticket for it? So maybe we could buy a bottle of this? Yeah. Why don't you go get a ticket?
If I had $800 million, I'm not sure I'd spend 75 of it on a bottle that ain't going to be any different than the one I get down here.
Have you ever heard of Carl Froch? Or it might be Froch.
It sounds like I'm going to want to.
You're gonna.
You seem really excited to introduce him to me.
He's a super middleweight boxing champion. Carl Froch or Froch. I already don't remember how to pronounce it.
Well, you said Froch earlier.
Okay, then that's what it is. Because I thought it was maybe Froch, but it's Froch.
He's a boxer.
He's a boxer, yes. Super middleweight boxing champ. He takes a lot of verbal online jabs at Conor McGregor, because we all do, right?
Well, why not? Because if online, he can't reach you from there.
Yeah, he doesn't know where we're at, and he's not coming out here anyway. Next thing we know, we'll get a press release. Hey, guess who's going to be at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally?
Be great. I would love that, just to get Scout filming you getting dropped on the stage.
No, why would you want to see? He would kill me.
It would go viral.
Well, I'm sure it would.
You'd be famous.
You're right. I'd be brain dead, but I'd be famous.
More.
McGregor once said that he could beat Froch and ex-boxer George Groves in a 2-on-1 MMA match. And Froch responded that he alone would smash McGregor in a fight. This time, Froch is taking his comments about McGregor out of the ring, bringing the champ's Irish whiskey brand, proper number 12, into question. Okay?
You really want to hit a man low. Start berating his booze.
Here's the quote that Froch said. He's made himself a fortune. I've got a lot of admiration for him. Now, if you can blow that much money, whatever McGregor's got, if he's blowing it and spending it and buying Lamborghini boats and being frivolous with it by gambling, I hope he isn't. He's earned his money the hardest way. He's got his whiskey brand too, but everyone says that whiskey tastes like proper shit, by the way. I just like the quote on that.
What the hell's a Lamborghini boat?
Yeah, that was another weird part of the quote. What is a Lamborghini boat? Did they even make a Lamborghini boat?
We would have to win the lottery to be able to figure out half of the crap you're talking about
Oh,
today.
boy. And most of this, you can tell these guys get hit in the head for a living. Just the way their quotes and comments are.
You notice he typed it out and there's not an audio recording of it.
Right. I did watch, when I was trying to learn his name, I was watching him being interviewed a little
Froch
bit.
might have enough spare time to actually make it out to the rally. I better watch it.
Yeah, both of them could be here. But we've had the proper 12. And it's not great, but it's also not a terrible Irish whiskey.
No.
It's just meh,
Yeah.
If somebody was that wasn't maybe a whiskey drinker, wanted to have something to be part of the group of wherever you're hanging out with drinking whiskey, it's not a dumb one to get. It's going to be inexpensive. It's going to be smooth.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of flavor to it.
As long as you don't get the apple one, you're probably all right.
I took that one home, by the way.
Good.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody else up here was going to drink it.
I had an orange Jolly or a green Jolly Rancher earlier and had flashbacks. I about had to spit it out.
I poured it over ice and let it sit, and that's the key right there, because then it dampens that sweetness a little bit. And just it's a hot summertime whiskey sipper, I guess. Okay.
Well, I could, in the proper context with a lot of ice and a splash of 7-Up or gin something,
and then a whole other glass of whiskey poured into it.
Then if you mixed about half a normal whiskey with it, it might be all right.
Let's talk about they had another big whiskey competition. Of course, this was the international whiskey competition. Okay. And the big winner, clean sweep in this thing, Buffalo Trace. Again.
I'm sorry, I don't get it.
Well, they had hundreds of entries from distilleries across the country, and they took home the top.
Buffalo Trace Distilling or
yes,
Buffalo
no,
Trace?
No, not the whiskey, the
okay,
distillers.
All right.
They took home the top 3 awards in the bourbon category.
All right. What
so George T. Stagg, best of the field.
Sure.
That had 94.4 points out of 100 for its 2022 release.
94.4
out of 100.
Okay.
Yep. The close second was its younger sibling, the Stagg Kentucky Straight Bourbon, formerly known as Stagg Junior.
Yep. I got a bottle of that at home. We should try it.
Yeah, we should.
It's
that
not
was
open yet.
93.4, and it narrowly edged out the latest offering of William LaRue Weller, which had to settle for third with a 93.28. And we've talked about this before. Buffalo Trace knows what they're doing.
Absolutely.
The Buffalo Trace itself, you and I think, lately has not been as
we've said it.
Good,
I
maybe?
don't want to make any enemies out at Sazerac.
No, of
Buffalo
course
Trace,
not.
But the Buffalo Trace bottles individually themselves have honestly been hit or miss. I mean, it's almost like it's a single barrel, and you get a good one sometimes, and you don't get a good one some. And
maybe they've just had issues, or maybe there's been, differences in the way they've been keeping it in the barrels, which is absolutely possible, right?
I had a bottle a year and a half ago that I absolutely loved, and then I had a bottle here 6 months ago, and I couldn't do it, which is sad. I mean, and not that
Speaking of, I was watching. I was going to send you this TikTok, and we have been to a couple of allocated events, right? Timmins Market has had some. You've been to one at Caesars.
Been to a couple at Caesars. Mr. Liquor has them.
Mr. Liquor has had them too.
Liquor has them too.
And there was another liquor store that was doing this, and it was unique in the sense that they had all of their allocateds in a brown paper bag with a number on it. Okay.
Oh, it's like the mystery bag on
yeah, or it was kind of like the white elephant Christmas thing. So your number is drawn. You get to go up, pick the bag. If you don't want it, you can set it back down, and you don't have to buy it. Somebody then else can come up and either take what you left.
Well, you don't get to pick another one.
No, you don't get to pick another one. You either have to take that or you can leave it and just go. And the guy said, and also there is a surprise bourbon in this too.
Well, if they're all in bags, aren't they all
surprises?
Bourbons?
But I think he meant as in a really sought-after bourbon. First number's called.
Yeah.
Nobody's there. Second number's called. This woman, 4'8", whatever, walks up. She's just a tiny little thing, and she's looking at them all. And she's like, "Well, I'll take that one." He pulls it off, pulls out the Pappy Van Winkle. And he's like, "That was the surprise bottle." Well, that was pretty anticlimactic. But they had little mini bottles of Buffalo Trace and Blanton's. I had never seen these little 300.
No, I haven't either.
What would they be?
375.
Yeah, 375s of a Blanton's and a Buffalo Trace. And the one woman pulled out the Buffalo Trace, and I don't want this, and she just set it down and left.
She took the
no, she didn't take anything. She just walked out. So I mean, it was a unique take on it, I think. But I don't know. I mean, I like the ways. I like the ticketed events, and I like when your number's drawn, you get to pick what's available. But yeah, to have you could just see everybody in the room after the woman picked the Pappy. They're like,
everybody
son
was
of
deflated.
Yeah, it's like, whatever.
I had a chance at a Pappy a couple years ago, but I took the Old Forester birthday.
Well,
they picked my number first. I don't know
how much was the Pappy compared to the Old Forester?
I think it runs in that 100, 120 range.
Oh, that was it.
The Old Forester was $1.60.
Oh, so all right. Well, there you go. Anyway,
it's about birthday time again, though. Woohoo! Open that up again.
The George T. Stagg right now goes for $1,400.
That's on secondary.
No. According to this article, as of now, you're not going to get a bottle of the most recent George T. Stagg for less than $1,400.
I bet that's
It said when it hit shelves in 2022, it was meant to retail at $99.
Right.
So you think that's a secondary price?
$1,400 would have to be a secondary if you find it on a.
Okay, I suppose. Here was cool news. Company Distilling.
Yeah.
Of which we are waiting to get a bottle of the.
Yes, Tom.
He has it, and we don't have it yet. It's the new one that's aged in the apple barrels, correct?
Yes. Well, my guess is they did it similar to what they did the original.
Okay.
Where they, I'm guessing, I think if I remember this right, they put charred apple or charred maple into the barrel.
And that's kind of their latest.
Rather than a maple barrel.
If you've never had this whiskey before and you don't want to travel to Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, I believe.
Yeah, there's only a handful of them.
They're now selling it in Colorado.
Companies in Colorado now?
The company distilling straight bourbon whiskey finished with Maplewood and Ghost Rail Tennessee Dry Gin. Now available in Colorado. Both of them from Company Distilling.
Right on.
So if anybody's going to Colorado, we would love another bottle of that Company Distilling straight bourbon whiskey.
We would.
Okay?
I heard somebody the other day said they had a bottle of the rye. Who the hell was it?
They must have been down Tennessee, Kentucky, and picked it up?
Or they got it on Seelbach or something. Somebody...
That was another place they mentioned where you can obviously buy Company Distilling.
Somebody said they wanted to share. Was it Bruner? Might have been Dan.
Well, Dan, if you're listening, I know that sometimes when you're driving around the state, you'll listen to our little podcast. We haven't seen you in a while, so
he might be waiting for me to tell him we got the other one, so we can have a taste off.
All right,
I don't know. I could be making that up.
Okay, so now that you've been sipping on this,
I had a dream the other day that I was a superhero, but
oh
I had
my God.
This is why I might be making it up. I had a dream the other night that I was a superhero, but in order to have my superpowers, I had to have a battery-powered sawzall in my hand, and when the battery ran out, I couldn't fly anymore, so I had to wait for the battery to charge again. I woke up, it was so vivid, and it was the weirdest thing, and I don't know what to say. Anybody else have one of them?
If there is a therapist that's listening right now, I would love your take on what that could possibly mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're a superhero with a power tool that can only
that only works as long as the battery works.
as long as the battery works.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're not a superhero anymore.
No.
Boy, that's one of the most boring Marvel movies I think I'd ever see.
Kind of. It's like a DC movie, maybe.
Yeah, there we go. Or whatever the third tier of that. What is it? Marvel, DC, and whatever's below that.
I don't know.
suppose.
It was very strange. I had to have battery backups. It was really weird.
My God.
That's why I wonder sometimes if I'm making these conversations up in my head.
Yeah, now I'm starting to wonder too.
I was trying to give context.
Now there's context. Yeah, perfect.
Right.
Okay, so what do you think of this? This Dry Hills Distillery, Montana Straight Bourbon.
Well, I'm drinking it.
Yeah?
The first hit,
It's 90 proof.
seemed like there was a lot of rye. I'm not getting that as much on the. I mean, it's 4 grains. Do you have any idea what the mash bill is?
Yeah, let's put on the glasses and see if they have it on here, shall we? Let's see. I don't think it says here, although I do have a computer here next to me.
Well, it's
that
probably
I could look up.
corn, wheat, rye, malt.
Yep. And then the rye there is rye in it, but it's not. It wasn't at a very high percentage, if I remember correctly.
Are you getting that at all or not?
There's a very slight spice to it for sure,
yes.
very slight. But then there's that sweetness that kind of overpowers it a little bit for me after that goes away, and it's just a nice
spice,
finish.
like mid palate.
Now that you say, I'm impressionable though, but
it's not super oily, but it does have a sweet finish. But it does have a tinge of a burn to it. I mean, it's nice. I would drink it.
Yeah, I think they did a very good job with this. Beautiful distillery too. Again, it's on the west, kind of the far west end of Bozeman, out where they're developing some new area that way. There's one right downtown too that I believe is just Bozeman Distilling, I think is what it's called. And why, for the life of me, can I not remember the other one? Anyway, 3 good ones.
Maybe you need
in
a
Bozeman.
superpower dream.
Maybe I need a Sawzall that's battery powered.
It was like my saw. I mean, it was like a red and black. It was just like mine. I don't know. It was weird.
That is weird.
I never. Usually you have the show up when you forgot your clothes.
I don't ever. You have dreams like that?
Yeah.
I don't ever have dreams like that.
Usually
My dreams are always
Usually I'm pretty proud when those come, but
incredibly entertaining. I don't ever have. I'm convinced to this day that I have never once in my entire life had a nightmare. Not one time.
oh, I have.
And my dreams end up being just a frickin' blast if you're in them.
I don't want to be in your dreams.
You're not either. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Pretty sure, yeah.
You looked at me dead in the eye and said they were really fun if you're in them.
No, if you're in my dreams. If you're in my dreams is what I meant. Okay.
That's what I mean.
They're really fun if you're in my dreams. So, yeah, you'll have to try it sometime. All right.
Well, I don't know what the heck I'm choking on. It's not the whiskey, I promise.
No.
I figured out, like, if you were having a terrible nightmare or a bad dream and then you just remember that you can control it.
Lucid dreaming.
Then it's easier. You don't wake up in a cold sweat. But
I've never been able to control my dreams. I'm just enjoying them. Just in them, and the shit's happening, and I love it. Sort of.
Did you ever
deal.
see a movie way back when I think it was called Dreamscapes?
Oh, Dreamscape was a great movie.
It was where the guy goes into
That's a total 80s movie, too. Oh, my goodness.
Somebody else's dreams. And,
yeah. Manipulates, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
I wasn't the only one.
You also, I'm
thought
assuming
maybe.
you also watched Nightmare on Elm Street. So,
Oh,
I mean,
sure,
come on.
yeah.
All right, there.
I watched
all the time.
remake of the night.
Oh,
It
no.
was really not very good.
All right, Robbie.
There's one more sponsor we're not getting.
let's wrap this up talking about Scotch whiskey. We don't spend enough time talking about Scotch.
We really don't.
And I want to.
There's probably a reason why.
What's your zodiac sign, Rob?
We established that already.
What are you?
I'm a Leo.
You're a Leo. That's represented by the lion.
The lion.
Right?
Loving, loyal.
Leos are the royalty of the cosmic jungle, as they say.
Are there a lot of cosmic jungles?
They have a deep appreciation for history, tradition, and luxury.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't think any of those fit you, honestly.
History, luxury. What was the other one?
History, tradition, and luxury.
I don't know. I get a little caught up in some traditions, but mostly not.
So, what Scotch whiskey is best for you, according to your zodiac sign, Rob?
I swear to God, if you say Lefroy, I'm going to throw something at you.
I so wish it would have been that. No, it's the iconic and highly coveted Royal Salute 21-year-old. Never heard of it.
No.
Apparently, it's a big deal, though.
Well, if you're from Royal Salute, I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
Ship a bottle on over.
Royal Salute 21-year-old.
What are you?
I am a Capricorn.
What is that?
Looks like a goat.
I can whoop your ass.
Yeah, but I'm known to be hardworking, pragmatic, and luxury-loving.
Also, none of those things are true.
Well, we have luxury. Both Leos and Capricorns have the luxury thing.
We do. It's like they're making this stuff up.
We don't have any money to be luxury anything.
I got a company card. Does that count? Hey, I don't think my limit's that high. That might be some explaining if I charge the $75,000 bottle to the company card.
If you're born under this sign,
do they take payments? I could probably get that done in a couple 3 months.
Bob, what would a 4-month payment of $75,000 would be? About $19,000 to $20,000 right there.
I could probably do
$18,000 a month. Could we pull that off?
No.
Okay, but we could try.
Credit-wise, we could probably.
Until we're told no, right? All right. So
if somebody tells me no right after the first charge.
If you're a Capricorn and you're born under the sign, you would only invest in the Scotch that's practical, elegant, and timeless. This one actually hits.
Is yours going to fit? You're going to hit the.
This one actually hits pretty close to home.
Or the Glenfiddich.
The Macallan Harmony Collection Smooth Arabica. That's the one for me. You know that's
in the same family as the one that I actually bought you, wasn't it?
No, it's in the Harmony Collection was the remember the chocolate one that I got that I bought? Yeah. That's the Harmony Collection.
What was the one what's the one that you got?
You get the rare cask.
The rare
was
cask.
The one I have.
Right.
Yeah. So that fits for me. That totally. Yeah. Zodiac must be real. It all must be real.
So what is this Royal? Is it a Highland Lowland? Does it say
Royal Salute 21 year? Do you want me to look that up really quick?
Yeah, kinda.
If I would love if it said from I'd love if it said an Isla. Oh, that would just be the best. Yeah, it is weird.
I'm not gonna make it up and try to be it like you did when we started this deal, but
make what up?
Make it like you liked.
Look. Okay. Can you just
Lagavulin?
Can you just let that go?
No.
Royal
see,
Salute
I told you earlier.
Region.
Ooh,
okay.
Goodness. Sorry about that, folks.
Oh, this is produced and bottled by Chivas Brothers.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is a Speyside. Then your Royal Salute would be a Speyside whiskey.
Isn't Chivas a blend?
Right, but it's a Speyside, for sure. So both of ours are Speyside. Actually, Macallan and look at what we have in Colin.
Find commonalities between us.
We have some, and Scotch is it.
Except you're older.
How much is a bottle of? Let's see. So the next question on here, when you search Google, is Royal Salute 21 expensive?
It's a 21-year-old. I bet it ain't free.
At a retail price of $200,000 per bottle.
Oh, yes. I am a luxury-loving
And with only 21
bitch.
bottles made, the limited edition Scotch whiskey pays special tribute to the honours of Scotland, which are the Scottish crown jewels and the oldest crown jewels of the British Isle. You're not getting a taste of this, Rob. Mine is attainable.
All right.
That sounds about right, I guess.
I'd rather have birthday bourbon.
I know you would. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to
Hey,
what?
Hey,
we got to bring up Yeah, I'm glad I have you in here.
No
for that.
wonder we have not talked about Facebook, YouTube, or the website.
Well, I
in so long.
I get I get a perfect out with you, and I want to take
then you
it.
just slam on the brakes and go.
And
See
then
you
I want to
next
be
week.
done. Okay, so
We've got a little thing coming up here in a few weeks called the Jack Daniel's tasting.
right.
It's happening on whatever the Tuesday is of the rally. Is that the
So August 4th is Friday, 5th Saturday, 6th Sunday,
8th?
It's the 8th, August 8th. Yep.
My birthday's Sunday, and then the 31st, and then the 1st, and then the week, and then it's the 8th.
Okay. Oh, that's a long way to get there, but you did
Well,
it all
what did
based
you
around
do?
your birthday. I started with when the rally starts on August 4th.
I didn't know the rally started on August 4th.
Yes, it's Friday, August 4th.
Anyway,
Okay.
tickets are available at loudamericantasting.com. They're $100 a piece. You get to sample half a dozen different things, and most of them are pretty high proof. You get a Jack Black, a bonded, a triple mash, and the not yet released bonded rye.
That's going to be cool because it will be the only time you can get it before anybody else.
Yeah, and then you get a little gift pack.
Yeah, I think a bottle of Jack Fire's in it too. And
Was it Fire?
yeah, I think it was. Was it Fire or the honey? Or the apple?
thought
It was
apple.
one of those.
I thought it was apple this year.
Okay.
Anyway, you get a bottle of apple. You get to taste the barrel man's barrel proof.
Oh, yeah.
Barrel
that's-
that he picked at barrel proof. So
And he is a great, hopefully he's going to be there
I
again.
can only assume that Kevin will be there.
Kevin
He's a
is,
great
oh
guy.
my God. He absolutely
He's
is
got
just a
time
hoot.
for everybody, including me.
You can get pictures with him. He'll tell you stories.
When we picked out the barrel, he took me over to the cemetery and took pictures of me in front of Jack's grave. It was like we hopped in his pickup and went for a ride.
You're kidding.
It was completely cool.
Oh, man.
It was neat. He's a great guy.
I got all mine paid for when I was there, though. Did you?
Well,
Your ticket and
I went,
everything and-
I went with the Loud American folks, so I
went.
my airline.
I
ticket,
just knew Galvin, and so
Yeah. No, yeah.
he said I'll take care of you, and he did. So
Yeah, if he'd answer an email once in a while.
well, he's not our boy anymore, though, is he?
No, he was
moved on.
when I was texting him, though.
Galvin's moved on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, good for you, Galvin.
Yeah, no kidding. You always want to continue to upward mobility, right?
He'll be missed some of the time.
You know him much better than I do, so I'm not gonna.
Well, clearly I know him much better than he knows us because he called us Rob Houston at the event last year.
I'm never gonna let that go ever.
Oh my God! I even called him. He's like, "What?
He didn't even.
Like,
remember. Yeah, he
what do
didn't
you
even
have
know.
what name is in your phone right now?"
See, we're connected through the zodiacs, Rob
And Mike Galvin.
and Mike Galvin.
Anyway, tickets are on sale now. We got about half of them left.
I mean, it will sell out. So just make sure.
$100 a piece. All the tickets or all the money goes to Jack Charities. It goes essentially to
Right.
the needs and
The Sturgis Charity
I think,
Foundation, yeah, generally, and it is. It's a great cause.
They've got
100% of it goes to
They've got
that.
a great barbecue. Lexi Phillips' husband will be there cooking barbecue. I'm not sure why Lex isn't coming this year, but
She's the master distiller. She's
the assistant distiller.
distiller. Yep, and her husband cooks up a great barbecue.
Yeah,
and he'll be there.
We'll have
so.
some live entertainment. Anyway, if you have nothing better to do during the rally from 1 to 3 on Tuesday.
So if you're listening outside of our little neck of the woods and you're coming up to the rally,
Yeah,
Plan
you're
on
not gonna. Likely you aren't gonna be able to get tickets if you want to go up there on Tuesday. You better
Right.
Plan ahead.
yep, loudamericantasting.com is where you can find them. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Peace out.
See ya.